Oh my God, he literally thinks. He thinks that China is going to be like, oh, Mr. President, you've destroyed us with the tariffs and we don't know how to deal with it. We will give you TikTok. You can have it for free. We'll pay you to have TikTok, Mr. President. Please just lower the tariffs, please. Like, it honestly feels like he's just suggesting that for Xi Jinping to hear. Like, in his mind, it feels like he's saying that so that Xi Jinping will hear and then call him. I don't know if I'm being parasocial or not here, but that's the vibes I'm getting from him.
Maybe they want to get something a little bit in order to get TikTok approved. Who knows?
Is there plans underway to speak to Xi?
I have no knowledge of that, but that's the kind of thing.
On Israel, can you give us any update on the Palestinian relocation plan? Are we talking to any countries?
We're going to try and solve the Gaza problem. It's been a problem for many years, for many, many decades. It's been a big problem. I've met with, as you know, a lot of the hostages. It's a terrible situation. But if you notice, hostages are being released now. And that's happened only since I got involved. So we have hostages being released.
In terms of policies, it's very different once those policies are implemented. Okay? Understand that. This is why I think you just have to be, Hassan, worried about the stock market. This is rich. What? Not my stock market. Hassan, worried about the stock market. This is rich. Wait, what? I don't give a fuck about the stock market. Suck my dick, dumbass. What are you talking about? Do you own any stocks? I have a 401k, which is now a 201k, but I have a 401k that turned into a 401 not so okay. But aside from that, no. I put all my assets in Hawk Tuah coin.
You like it or not, do Americans feel like there should be, or where does this reordering of the global economic order rank for them?
Look at this. Should be a high priority for Trump. Number one, the economy at 82. Number two, inflation, 80. Look at this. Tariffs. 8 out of 8 on the list in terms of things that should be a high priority for Donald Trump at just 30%, 50 points less than inflation. Americans want simply put nothing to do with it, yet Trump decides to keep pushing forward.
Yeah. Right or wrong, I think it is safe to say this is a huge political risk he is taking.
100%. This could be a risk that ends up ending his presidency, in my mind.
Air Force One moments ago. Let's listen to that.
Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. 5 million. For 5 million.
Dude, this is amazing. You know what this is? This is like when you fall out of love with your partner and all the little things that they used to do, you no longer appreciate, and it gives you the ick. I suspect a lot of Americans are falling out of love with Donald Trump on this moment. When they think about what he did yesterday to their wallets, him running around and being like, look at my gold card, is not going to be so funny. I don't think America's going to look at him and go, haha, that's my cute president. He's so funny. He's glorious. They won't sit around and saying, based. I think every little thing he does, once the Riz is gone, will be matched against people's 401ks. The very fact that he undermined the entire global marketplace only to go and fuck off and play golf is insane.
$10 this could be yours. That was the first of the cards. You know what that card is?
Does that mean you see us as kind of towards the high water mark
Yeah,
in terms of how high?
Sure. The operation's over, and now we let it settle in. You see the plants are starting to construction already. We have many plants. Indiana, massive auto plant, the Honda, and we have so many plants, and they'll be under construction. And as they start to build,
I like this analogy, and I think it deserves some. I think we need to expand on it. America is a patient that has terminal cancer. Donald Trump went in and chopped the person's leg off and then chopped the person's arm off. And it's like, well, you know, surgery's surgery. That's right. We saved the country. It's crazy. He's like, yep, there's less cancer in the body. Before, there was cancer in the legs. At least no more cancer in the legs.
You're going to see a lot of construction jobs, and you're going to see a lot of jobs when they open.
Does that mean chips and pharma tariffs are not on the
They're
table?
starting very soon. The chips are starting very soon. The pharma
Yes,
is
Chad, I'm fucking eating.
going to
Sometimes I
be,
burp accidentally. Give me a fucking break.
starting
I'm a
to come
human.
in, I think, at a level that you haven't really seen before. We are looking at pharma right now, pharmaceuticals as a separate category. And we'll be announcing that sometime in the near future, not too distant future.
Are you
That's under
negotiating?
review right now.
Are you negotiating with partners currently?
What we have is we have a set of tariffs based on what they've been charging us. That's reciprocal. And those tariffs have come in, and every country's called us. That's the beauty of what we do. We put ourselves in the driver's seat. If we would have asked some of these countries, almost most of these countries, to do us a favor, they would have said,
Dude, you're America. What do you mean? You're the United States of America. You could call up every country already without doing this.
no, now they'll do anything for us. But we have tariffs, they've been set, and it's going to make our country very rich.
But are you open to deals with these countries if they're calling you?
Well, it depends. If somebody said that we're going to give you something that's so phenomenal, as long as they're giving us something that's good. For instance, with TikTok as an example, we have a situation with TikTok where China will probably say, we'll approve a deal, but will you do something on the tariff? The tariffs give us great power to negotiate. Always have. I've used them very well in the first administration, as you saw.
You're out of your mind, dude. That's so funny. Yeah. Definitely. I swear to God, if Donald Trump took away TikTok while simultaneously causing hyperinflation, someone would probably do something that I can't say. You understand? Like that it's complete treat annihilation. Can you imagine? Complete and utter treat annihilation. It is literally a genocide on the Treatlerites. Everything sucks, and you can't even watch like funny sketches on your goddamn timeline after a long day. Holy shit.
but now we're taking it to a whole new level because it's a worldwide situation. And it's very exciting to see. And what it's done is driven a lot of great companies to our country. And you're going to see construction starting all over. I already got a couple of calls from Lee Zeldin from Environmental. He's got some big plans to approve. Like really, Mr. President.
How long will it take to get American manufacturing to where you would like to see it?
Well, let's say it's a 2-year process. You know, they start a plant, and they're big plants. We're giving them approval to also, in many cases, to build.
What do you mean it's a 2-year process? What the fuck are you talking about? Also, even in his most unrealistic, most positive estimation, it will still take 2 years? That is psychotic. It's not only wrong, but it's funny that this is the best case scenario that he brought forward. Like, he should have just lied and just been like, there's so many empty factories. Why don't we rebuild them into real factories? There's plenty of real estate out there. I love doing deals. I love doing business deals. I'm the fan. Like, just lie. If you're going to lie, just be like, oh, there's hella fucking empty factories that we should just reopen immediately. You know what I mean? He's not even lying good. God damn.
The electric facility with it. So you have electric generation and the plant, and they're big plants. Now, the good news is a lot of money for them, and they can build them fast, but they're still very big plants. So I'd always say it would take a year and a half to 2 years.
Mr. President, I'm
can I
curious.
ask you about the
They've already
NSC?
started. So
Mr. President, have you been following the New York City mayor's race, and specifically Andrew?
Bro, he's speaking like a man who is not worried about any upcoming elections ever again. He's talking like there's no midterm elections, no general election ever again. It'll take a couple of years.
Cuomo is now the front runner, according to the polls. How do you feel about that? Do you think you can have a good relationship with the mayor, Andrew Cuomo?
Well, I've always gotten along with him. We had our ins and outs a little bit. We did a great job for him. Remember, we built the convention center rooms for him. He didn't use them, unfortunately. And we sent the Mercy ship. We sent the really magnificent hospital ship, and they didn't use it. But we always had a pretty good relationship.
You going to make an endorsement in that race?
Well, it's not something I'm thinking about yet. Is he thinking about running? Yeah.
On Russia, Ukraine, there's a Russian envoy in town for some meetings. Can you give us an update on how that's going?
We do. We have an envoy from Russia. We're talking about it. We'd like to see that stop as soon as possible because thousands of people are being killed a week. Soldiers, mostly soldiers, and Ukrainian soldiers and Russian soldiers. And you're losing 2,000, 3,000 sometimes a week. So we're spearheading the drive to get it done. Europe has not been successful in dealing with President Putin, but I think I will be successful.
Sir, can I ask you about the NSC? How many staffers were let go and why? Your National Security Council, how many staffers were let go?
There were some. Always we're going to let go of people that we don't like, or people that we don't think can do the job, or people that may have loyalties to somebody else. You'll always have that.
So you mentioned Netanyahu recently. Israel has now talked about staying in Gaza, doing long-term occupation. Has anything changed in regard to the U.S. Gaza-Israel plans?
I spoke to him today, as a matter of fact. And I think he's going to be coming to our country sometime in the not-too-distant future, maybe next week. And we'll speak about Israel, and we'll speak about what's going on. That's another thing we'd like to get solved. And I think we will get it solved. I think he very well may be coming next month. Benjamin Netanyahu.
Sir, can I follow up on your earlier comment about TikTok? You said that the Chinese might be willing to agree to approve that sale in exchange for tariff relief. Is that something that you've floated to them or you've heard from them? Or
no, I'm just using that as an example.
Okay.
Let's say we had a problem with TikTok, and let's say China wasn't go to approve. We could use tariffs in order to get it approved. You know,
The deadline is
you give them
Saturday.
something in return.
What's the update on the deal negotiations for
We have,
TikTok?
we're very close to a deal with a very good group of people for TikTok.
Larry Ellison and Oracle? Is it multiple investors? Just
Multiple.
And then did the last minute bids kind of throw things into disarray for you, or do you have your strategy completely locked up on who's going to...
Which last minute?
On acquiring TikTok.
No, I think that China maybe will call and say, well, we're upset with the tariffs, and maybe...
Bro. Oh my God. He's so stupid.